Well, I mean, we've been playing pretty good basketball, 4 out of 5, I believe, and this time of year, that's all you really want, and it's our last opportunity, our last regular season opportunity, and just you want to be playing well and playing great basketball going into postseason tournaments, and that's kind of where our thought is. And this has been a decent break for us after a hard-fought game on Sunday night. A lot at stake, and the way we delivered, and on the road for several days. So it's been great to get back and freshen up some and get back on the practice floor because I have a young team still. I got a lot of young guys, freshmen and sophomores, so there's still room to grow and get better on the practice floor.
And like you said, you guys are playing some of your best basketball at the most important time of the season. What is it that you think's clicked for you guys?
When we're playing well on the offensive end and moving the ball and getting high percentage shots, then we've proven that we could be pretty successful, and that's got to be the focus. So we can't our shot selection's got to be on point. We got to take care of the ball. It's especially on the road, you have to do those things, and you got to make your free throws and all those things that add up to winning basketball games.
I would imagine getting off to a good start would be ideal, especially in hostile territory, like you mentioned.
Yeah, I mean, you would love to on the road. It's always great to have that going for you. But we've had other examples of games where we haven't gotten a lead necessarily early in a game and showed a lot of toughness, mental toughness, fighting through a lot of adversity. I think that was probably the case against Oregon State, just being down 7 at halftime and having to regroup. And so we've proven that it'd be better to have a lead for sure. But it's a 40-minute game.
You look it up. Go ahead.
What's been the difference with Dort in the last 8 games? Free throw shooting's been phenomenal. 3-point shooting's been way better.
I just think that freshmen typically go through a phase during the season where they may not be at their best, and it's a new experience playing this type of competitive season and being a young guy, and he's grown mentally with his mind and his decision making and understanding shot selection, and he's just tremendous to coach. I think he took one that was quick and early against Oregon State, and we took him out. And he's not a guy that's going to like pout over there. Like you could coach him hard, and to be one of your best players and then also be so coachable is great. And then he works at it. He's in the gym. He puts the time in. That's a developing area of his game, but we're seeing him make great strides.
Is there an update on Tayshaun?
Tayshaun was not in today, and he's still day to day, and we're continuing to just closely watch him, and when he's fully ready, then he'll be out there.
Was it a concussion?
He has not practiced since.
Was it related to the concussion before, possibly anything along those lines again?
He got kicked, and obviously you might have seen the play, and it was unfortunate play, but Lou got him pretty good, and it was more of a scrape and a bruise issue, and he has not really demonstrated the concussion symptoms. He's happy and appears to be healthy, but we're trying to be very conservative with him because he's had a few examples of it over the last few weeks.
Bobby, what's the best way in your experience to handle a hostile environment like that? Is it to kind of try to block it out? Is it to enjoy it and kind of revel in it when you got 15,000 people screaming against you? What works best?
I mean, everyone is a different person and handles it differently, and maybe utilizes it as an edge, a motivating factor. Other people, I felt like I just kind of blocked it out, and I even, when I played or I coached, I hear it, but I don't really hear it because you're so kind of dialed into what you're doing. So I think it's just up to the individual, but it's more of a team thing. Like when you're on the road and the crowd is going to be live, then you better be communicating and you better have great huddles and echoing commands and doing the things that are necessary, especially at the offensive end.
This is a game, CBS national television, packed house, rivalry, kind of checks a lot of boxes and kind of reason why you play the game, why you coach the game. I imagine that your guys feel this is a great opportunity to showcase themselves and get another W that's probably still needed, to kind of solidify that resume.
Yeah, I mean, we love, these games. I mean, it's, it's you couldn't ask for any better way to finish the season. We were in Oregon, we got challenged there. We got hit. We got back up on Sunday against Oregon State and regrouped. They're both playing very well, those teams, and there were a lot of challenges in both of those games. So that helps you, and then this is no different. This is going to be, they're going to be super ready to play, and there's a lot at stake for them. It's their senior day, and they expect to win there. And you want these kind of games because that's the next time we play is going to be in Vegas, and there's going to be a lot at stake there. There's an opportunity to try and go for a championship next week, and then from there get ready for the NCAA tournament.
So what does it say about your team being 8-1 after a loss?
I just think that the guys are winners, and they get very mad when they lose, and we go over the film most of the time, and we make adjustments, and they understand what went wrong, and the urgency that you need coming after a loss. You don't want to turn one bad event into multiple, so that probably has something to do with it.
Do you have any more tricks up your sleeve? Going to go back to the gangster shirt, running sprints, or what?
I told the guys, it's like there's no more time to lose and learn from it. We got to get past that. These games now, it's single elimination time. We got to string together multiple wins.
How much stronger of a position do you feel like you're in general this time of year compared to last year, where it seemed like you were skidding a little bit towards the end? But do you feel like you've been more of the same team, and how would you compare?
Just our record, again, being 4 of the last 5, winning 4 of the last 5, and just having locked up the 2 seed in the conference is a comforting thought, knowing that you do have an advantage going to Vegas. So that there are things, but then you also want to guard against feeling like you've accomplished too much when we still have a lot more to accomplish. But I feel like this team, is surging more and has the potential to do that more than last year's team did. I thought to a degree, and I didn't discuss much, we might have been just trying to hold on to everything that we had done, particularly in the non-conference, whereas this year I think it has greater upside, our season does.
Do you follow all the bracketology and all the projections going into?
It's hard not to. You're flooded with it. I think one of the games I was watching, I can't remember which. I think it was I was watching our Arizona game, and it was our first game, and on the right above the score was the loser of this game will be out of the NCAA tournament, according to Joe Lunardi. So, this was a long time ago. So you can't, you're seeing it like everywhere. Any game that you're watching just as a fan, and I watch other games even, as I'm preparing for our game, and you'll see the cut-ins from the bracketologists and who's in and who's out, and last 4 in, next 4 out, and the whole thing. So yeah, I am aware of what people are saying. I do feel like this is a big game, and we're focused on that and our conference tournament and trying to make a statement there. But our quad 1 and 2 wins speak for themselves, and we have 10 wins in those 2 areas, and our winning percentage in those 2 areas is stronger than just about any other team that is really in a bubble situation right now. So I'm hoping that, I think the NCAA tournament's been built on teams that show that they could beat other high-level teams, and we've done that pretty well this year.
Any word for ASU fans in the final days of Coaches Against Cancer voting?
Yeah, I would love for everyone to get involved and really to get behind that. It's such a great cause, and the money is going to go to whether it goes to another coach in their name or their school's name, but it's an honor to be involved in this and to have the money in the name of the school, and so I would certainly encourage everyone to vote if they can.